What's up, everybody? Back behind the freaking mic. It's been a little bit, you know?
We need to get back in our groove. It's been how long?
It's because of finals. And yeah. And then also...
Probably more reasons.
And also last week...
Thanksgiving.
It was Thanksgiving before that, and there was no UFC. And plus we were out of town.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't with Bianca. Oh, no. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
No, yeah.
What?
And last minute plans, shaking up. We couldn't spend Thanksgiving with Bianca.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it is what it is. But... At the end of the day, we still had a great freaking time.
Yeah,
Turkey,
you got to see your family,
stuffing.
hang out.
Lots. Almost ate myself into a coma, but that's a long time ago at this point. What are we? We're in December now, baby.
Today's December 6th.
Yeah. We're on the closing stretch of the UFC. I mean, pound for pound.
So when's UFC technically they have that break where they're like over, but then they start back up, right?
Yeah, I think the last card is the 18th. Is the 18th a Saturday?
Well, let's see. Let's check. But I thought they have a fight in January.
Oh yeah, they do. But they have a break for like Christmas.
Yeah, so they're only really gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Right. It's nothing great. Oh yeah, they're gone.
18th,
We've got Lewis and Dawkins on the 18th, and then we're not coming back until when is that? I don't know. Don't know.
Till January something, because that's when the Anaheim fight is. It's the second week.
Ilya versus freaking Mobsar.
It's on, I think, the 22nd.
That Gone and Gone card's gonna be absolute psycho.
I was looking at tickets today. There's a ticket for $198.
Go. It's too. I can't.
I know.
I can't.
And it's really close. My birthday's the next following Saturday, so that would just be a lot of traveling, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just watching it on PPV is the best POV. Oh,
you should make a shirt.
PPV is the best POV, and quite frankly, honestly, I'm sure the UFC guys.
I just think you have
PPV
to at least
more.
you need to do that at a
I
point
need to
in
go
your
to
life.
an event.
It's
soon.
like,
well, it's gonna be my job one day.
True.
We all know this.
But I'm saying
DM Dana
before
today,
it becomes your job and you're forced to go, you should go for fun. Just to sit and watch with like your dad, with me, like anyone. It'd be so fun for you.
Yeah, but behind a TV is great, to be honest.
That's the thing with Kellan is like, it really am like,
it takes out parking.
No, I want to go. I like seeing it in person. Like, I want to go to a Blazer Warrior game, and he's like, it's not worth the money. But like, why would you not want to go?
I was thinking about the day seeing Steph in his prime. It's definitely worth the money.
Oh, so it's worth the money all of a sudden.
Isn't it crazy to say Steph in his prime? You know, because he's always been. He's prime MVP caliber. Prime MVP caliber candidate.
So I guess we need to get back on getting tickets, because I found some really close, like almost courtside tickets for $200 each, which I was like, oh, that's not that bad, and Kellan was like, that's really expensive.
I mean, for a ticket?
But for like almost courtside, like we were like the section above on the court.
Okay, actually, this is big freaking facts. What the heck, dude? Okay, if I am correct on this, I'm on Tapology right now. It says Jen's Pulver is 47 today, okay? Congrats to Jen's Pulver. I was rocking my I had a hat on, and he is notorious for wearing his hat like I was wearing it downstairs, and I was thinking in the mirror, I'm like, dude, I freaking look like Jen's Pulver right now. Is that not the weirdest thing ever, that Jen's Pulver's on my mind? Dude, UFC...
Before you even realized he was on the card?
I'm like, dude, I look like Jen's Pulver right now because he rocks his hat like that.
Wait, is he on the card?
Freaking birthday.
Oh, today's his birthday.
He's 47. Is that not whack? Wow.
That's like the first time you probably ever thought of him, and it was the day of his birthday.
No, well, I thought, December 6th, dude. Let's go. That's the coolest thing ever.
Weird.
I was literally in the mirror. I was wearing my hat all funky. I look like I told Bianca I look like a dad from 16 and because I was wearing my hat. Hopefully I had my pants rolled up.
Yeah. And it was a look.
It was, I mean, I look bad with a hat forward, but backwards, different story.
You look good either way.
No.
I mean, yeah, it looks good.
I don't
with
wear
it
hats
backwards,
to avoid.
But I would say you fall under like the F-boy like category when you wear it backwards.
And then I turn into a kind of like a yee when it's forward. So there's no middle ground.
It's just that type of hat that turns it into a yee.
Yeah.
Because like if you wore your like your like SF one that we got in San Fran forward. It does not look.
I still can't wrap my mind around that Jens Pulver thing. Okay. That's freaking
He doesn't listen when I talk. He looks at me and acts like he's listening, but then he's like,
hey guys,
I can tell
that's pro strat when you get a girlfriend.
He's not listening. He's just like this, and he's thinking of other things in his head. His next thing to say, he's thinking about without listening.
Yeah, 100%.
It is so annoying.
Okay, no, but one thing, I've been watching a lot of Chael Sonnen, and I've been trying to do Chael Sonnen episodes by myself and stuff, but I'm just not there yet.
You've been trying to
Skill-wise, you know how Chael Sonnen, he talks like by himself on his episodes. Like he's just in himself in a chair. It's super fun. But I was just
like, no, I'm getting over
There's times when I'm watching him where it's like, kind of insulting, because he'll say things like, yeah, if you know like the majority of the guys in the top 15, like you probably have too much time on your hands. I'm like, well, I do things, but I still know that.
You're like, I'm actually kind of
like
offended.
some of the things that you say, you're calling me a nerd, but it's like, maybe I just like it a lot. Okay.
That's a hobby. That's the point of a hobby. It's like you are invested in it a lot, and that's what you are.
You're calling this a hobby?
Well, I mean, a sport.
This is a hobby?
Liking a sport.
This is a hobby, dude. Honestly.
It's just like any other sports team. Like
touching me?
Shut up.
Touching me, no.
It's just like any other sports team.
UFC 269's up there, man.
Okay.
What a...
I forget. I don't matter.
Huh? Oh, is that nice water? Bianca asked me, do you want a glass? But she's always not prepared for anything. She's like a freaking Mexican camel, dude. She barely drinks any water, and she's fine. If I don't drink any water, I feel dead.
They don't drink water?
Camels can retain water a lot, you know.
I didn't know that.
I think that's
what
they're big humps for.
I just thought you were calling me a Mexican. I thought you were just saying a Mexican joke.
Dude.
That's what their hump's for? You're telling me their hump is full of water that they've retained? It's just like one big waterbed.
Humpadoo. What's the camel humu do?
Inside a camel's hump.
How much water does a camel hump hold?
What?
Boy.
What?
A camel's hump does not hold water at all.
It's the first sentence in that article says a camel's hump does not hold any water at all.
Wow. Okay, we're good. But I just know camels don't have to drink a lot of water because they're trotting through the desert.
That was the biggest like fail ever on your part. Win on my part. Like that was a win
Big
for me.
Time win. One of the bigger wins of your career.
Oh my god, thank you for whoever wrote the headline of that article, and then that was the first sentence. You deserve a raise. Like they need a raise.
Yeah. Okay, UFC 269 coming up. We just had Font versus Aldo. It's Monday. After digesting everything that's happened, one thing that I've come to the conclusion is Brad Riddell and Rafael Fiziev. Who else screamed after every single exchange? My dad, he was laughing at me because I was literally like, every time they threw a punch in a combination, I was like,
What's your go-to sound?
Because like I've said, that there's fights where it's just different. Even in the main event, Jose Aldo and Rob Font, they hit like freaking trucks. They're so unbelievably talented and so skillful. But when Rafael Fiziev and Brad Riddell threw, there were some ill intentions. And you knew Brad Riddell coming into that fight when he was talking about how I have to be on my A game because we've trained together and I know the implications if I fuck up. And then Rafael Fiziev hits him with that spinning heel kick and got him out. Dude, it was crazy.
I didn't watch this fight, right?
No, you were at Dave & Buster's. You were supposed to go to the lights, but you went to Dave & Buster's.
I had a great
Holiday
time
Buster and Dave's.
Dave & Buster's.
Little DMB Buster's.
It's my first time there and probably my last.
Was there any UFC virtual games?
No, but Tyler did say that that's where he used to go all the time in Boise to watch UFC fights. That was like the meetup spot. I didn't realize. Is that like a thing?
Yeah, some restaurants they'll play the UFC fights and stuff.
Yeah, like ones that play like a ton of sports.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do when the Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather thing was in Hawaii. Me and my dad were trying to find like a bar to go to so I could watch it, but everywhere was like packed, and I didn't feel like I mean, I wanted to just buy it on pay-per-view, but before then I wasn't as technologically savvy, and it was harder to like stream stuff. And it's crazy how much stuff's changed.
Yeah, because that's super cool.
Now you can just whip out ESPN Plus and basically watch anything you want. Before then you had to go through hoops and hurdles just to stream a live event on your phone. But now everything's in your pocket. Big pocket.
Big bucket.
Okay. What should we start with? Should we start with, I want to talk about a little bit the flyweight division, okay? Just because there's a man. Oh, wait, really quick, actually, really fast. Tommy Fury. I just am doing this just strictly because of Bianca. Jake Paul's going to be fighting Tyron Woodley again.
Why?
Because Tommy Fury dropped out of his fight for some reason I'm not aware of. But now Tyrone got that tattoo on his middle finger, and he's getting that rematch. So...
is he like happy about it, or are they like annoyed? They're like,
who?
Like Jake or whoever's fighting him.
Well, Jake's probably the one that accepted the fight. So I mean, if I'm Tyron Woodley, I'm ecstatic right now, and I think Tyron's gonna get the job done. Honestly.
He probably just wants more money from it, right?
Yeah, honestly, Tyron Woodley doesn't even care if he loses. But I didn't want to make that a segment. Not gonna put this in the title. We don't want to know. We don't want people to know we're talking about Jake Paul. We don't
keep that between
but
us.
I think this whole entire thing is just interesting because.
I mean, yeah, the whole thing is interesting. It's like just like how the time that we live in, the world that we live in, that like they're making that much money from like stupid famous people fighting.
It is what it is.
I just don't like
the sport's taking over the world.
I just don't understand why people choose to watch that, but alright.
Really quick, I just want to know, because as I think next episode we're gonna do a wrap up. I want to do my.
I'll be gone next week. I'll be in the big country of Mexico.
Yeah, I'll do it by myself. I'll have the whole thing scripted out. We'll give out little AGNG awards to the people.
Maybe I can do one in Mexico. Like we'll do it over Zoom.
No.
Wait, I like doing the award thing. You can't do that.
Then we can do it. We can do it.
I did that with you last year.
Let's do it when you get back.
Yeah.
We'll do it when you get back.
Yeah, because I'll be back on the 17th.
Yeah, that's
so it's
perfect.
before the new year.
Yeah, and then
as long as we do the awards.
Wait, you'll be back the 17th?
The day before the fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, the 16th.
We can do it the day after the last card of the year.
I'm doing it. I'll be back the 16th.
Yeah, and then the 19th, it will be the day after the last card.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just do it then.
Cool.
Perfect. If she doesn't have freaking Omicron.
Shush! Don't even put that on me.
You better be safe, honestly. Just take normal precautions.
Obviously, I'm gonna be safe.
How do I know that?
Mean.
So what should we talk about now?
You want to? I'll give you
a couple options. You want to go flyweight division? You want to go bantamweight division? Or do you want? Well, actually, yeah. I'll give you. You want to go bantamweight or flyweight right now? Because I got a few things on my mind.
Wait, so what is today's agenda? Like, are we going through the card?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through 269.
Like the whole thing, because we're already at 13 minutes in.
Yeah. So.
Cool. So. Start where you wanna.
Okay, let's go flyweight division right now. Flyweight division, one of the more underrated divisions in the entire sport, but the fun thing about it is it's so freaking wide open. We saw Manel Kape get in there this weekend and put it on one of my favorite fighters. Zhalga Zhumagulov puts it on people. He throws haymakers for a little guy. He doesn't hit like a 125er, and certainly Manel Kape doesn't either. And his right hand is from hell, dude. I don't even know, like, if he just has this ability to touch people, and it's just a difference maker. Because you'll see Brandon Moreno, the current champ. You'll see other guys. They have good skills, but it's nothing that's gonna put you out. Manel Kape is a serious. He hits like a bantamweight or a 145er. It's crazy. So the thing I wanted to talk about here is Manel Kape everybody in this entire flyweight division needs to be on notice, because he was a rising champion. Okay, and the thing with Manel, he is honestly. Because his first fight in there was against Alexandre Pantoja, right? And then he had to fight Mateus Nicolau. Mateus Nicolau is number 8 right now in the division. And in my opinion, I watched this at my friend's house. Manel Kape did everything he needed to do to win that fight, and everybody that watched that fight knows that Manel Kape won that fight. So I'm looking at this. Mateus is at number 8. Manel Kape easily. If I'm putting Manel Kape against Kai Kara-France or Rogerio Bontorin or Brandon Royval, you better believe I'm picking Manel Kape over that. Just strictly because I think he's probably the best. And then another thing is that this weekend, Matt Schnell, he's going to be fighting Alex Perez, and that just goes to show that even though the rankings portray one thing, the skill level isn't a big jump there, because Matt Schnell's number 9, he's taking on the number 4 guy. Matt Schnell gets a win, even though he just is coming off a loss, he's right back in the title contention.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking of some fun matchups. You can when it comes to Manel Kape, you can jump him all the way up. He could fight a freaking Askar. Oh, actually, I want to check. Can you check up Askar Askarov if he has a fight coming up? Because I don't think he does. I would definitely know that by now because he's like one of my favorite guys to watch. But I was thinking of a very fun matchup between Manel Kape, because Manel Kape isn't ranked currently, but him against the Tibetan Eagle, Sumu Darji, who has the most ferocious left hand in the entire flyweight division. I think that would be an amazing fight for...
I don't see anything coming up.
Look up.
There's a certain...
Askar Askarov.
Yep.
Askar?
I did.
Askarov Tapology.
I am on that.
Guys, what I wanted to actually say really quick...
Bullet.
Yeah. No, he doesn't have a fight coming up. He was going to fight Alex Perez. That's right. Dude, here we go.
He had to double check me.
Sumu Darji versus...
Matt Schnell? Highway
Nope.
2 Schnell?
No. Sumu Darji versus Manel Kape. I think
Manel Kape.
that would be a fantastic fight. Winner of that...
Sorry, I saw Matt Schnell. So
winner of that... Put him in against a top 5 opponent. Honestly. Or, better yet, give Manel Kape the rematch against Mateus Nicolau. That puts him at number 8. Then after that, he can get one more fight, and then he'll be fighting for the title. Because Manel Kape, he has the ability to put anybody in the 125-pound division to sleep. But 125-pound division, one of my favorite to watch. They have just so many absolute studs here. It's just it's just a perfect combination of speed and power, especially at the top, dude. Like, it's so unbelievable. Yeah, I just want to talk about how it's so wide open, and Manel Kape, I would not be surprised if he becomes champion, even though he has lost. His losses were lame. The only reason he didn't beat Alexandre Pantoja, who's currently ranked 3, is because he didn't have enough output. He beat Mateus Nicolau, in my opinion. Then he beat Ode Osborne. And now he beat a tough Zhalgas Zhumagulov.
No. Sorry, I'm having to check my airline to see if my flight is still nonstop.
You're going just straight from Portland to Mexico?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and they weren't. It's literally both nonstop. So straight there, and then straight there back home, which is really nice. So nice.
Yeah, that
especially with like going through customs last time. If we had like an hour layover, thank God, in LAX, but we had to go through customs, like where you literally have to get rechecked to come back into the US, like so hard, and they like take your photo. It was just like a whole ordeal that took so long that if you had like a short flight, like let's say you didn't have a long layover, then you would have missed that because of how long customs took. Like, I'm so lucky that we had like an hour and a half layover in LAX to go back to Portland, but it's literally just straight to Portland, and then we go through customs and we're home. So nice.
You might get hit on by another guy though.
I know.
With a family
fun.
And daughters. I mean, if you have a family, I mean, that's kind of inferred. But
inferred.
What do you think of that? Manel Kape versus Sumu Darji soon. Give Manel Kape to Mateus Nicolau after that, and then a top 5 opponent. I'm liking that a lot. You can even fast track the guy because he even showed so much success against Alexandre. Now, another thing, we just had one of the better fights of the year in Rob Font versus Jose, the King of Rio. That was an unbelievable fight. When I was going through, looking at everything, I mean, the main matchup that sticks out to me is, you know what you got to do? You got to give our boy, Merab Dvalishvili. You got to give Merab that Sandman. The Sand freaking man. Let's go. That matchup would be absolutely killer. Give Merab a freaking main event against Cory Sandhagen. I think that making sense wise, I think that makes sense. Money, it's there. Fan interest, 100% there. Cory Sandhagen, he's done absolutely fantastic. He basically beat TJ Dillashaw, and then he just lost to the undisputed Piotr Jan. Yeah, you got to do that. I think if that fight happens, I'm going to become an absolute legend, because I think a lot of people are thinking right now that you could give Rob Font to Merab because that's the 5'6", but I just really am digging that freaking Sandhagen Merab matchup. It will not get any better. Cory Sandhagen,
it's very evenly matched, I feel like.
Yeah, here's how that fight will go down. Because Cory's number 3. You think you think he'd fight Merab? Cory's the kind of guy that's gonna fight anybody. Here's how that fight's gonna go though. Merab, he's one fight away from the title if he gets a top 5 opponent. Rob was number 4. Jose number 5. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rob was number 2, and Jose was.
Why are you saying Jose? It's
because that's
Jose.
how you say it.
It's not Jose.
No.
It's Jose.
Yeah, Jose.
Are we sure he's not like Americanized it for people?
No, he's from Brazil. That's how they say their J's.
That's new.
Yeah, but I'm liking that because Jose Aldo. He just beat the number 2 ranked guy. TJ Dillashaw moves up to number 2. Mm-hmm. I'm liking that Cory Merab's gonna face a lot of adversity in that fight, and his cardio is what's gonna basically keep him in the fight. Because Cory, he's really good at everything he does, but you can low key kind of get into his head. I feel like if you're just constantly there and just giving him problems, because we saw that he gave Piotr Jan a lot to handle in the first round, even though I think Piotr just embraced all of it. Piotr. And low-key, it can. I just honestly believe Merab's fighting style breaks guys. They have success against him at the beginning, just like he had Marlon Moraes basically almost had him out of there. But Merab's will to win is unmatched in the entire UFC roster. And that's why I believe he can get past Cory Sandhagen. And then in terms of him having to fight like Aljamain, which is their buddies, which will be kind of tough. That'll be interesting, but I don't think Merab really cares about that. But I think Merab's an absolute nightmare matchup for TJ, because TJ, as much as he wants to get guys to the ground, I just don't think he has the ability to now, because he wanted to get Sandhagen to the ground, and that was really difficult, but that might just be because of Sandhagen's height. But yeah, TJ is not going to be able to get Merab to the ground. Rob Font, in my opinion, he has great boxing, fights behind his job so well, but I honestly think that Jose Aldo and Merab, those guys have the best chance to become champion. Jose, in my opinion, beats Aljamain Sterling all day, just for striking wise, and I don't think Aljamain Aldo's hips are too strong. You're not going to get him to the ground. He's so difficult to get on the ground and keep there. And
I feel like Aljamain is a little like overhyped.
He is good. The thing with Aljamain is he's really good in the first couple rounds, but once you kind of weather the storm, he doesn't have that power to like...
He doesn't have stamina?
No, he does have some good stamina, but it's just he doesn't have... When it gets into the latter rounds, if he's too tired to take you down, it's just not that much of a threat. You saw that in the Piotr Jan fight where Piotr got taken down like I think once or twice in the first round, but then after that, when he was able to nullify him, he just basically played without Aljamain. He was he did some like trips and just threw Aljamain on the ground, and then he just had his way with him on the feet. Like Aljamain, he didn't have that knockout power later in the fight. He didn't have the ability to take him down, and that's why Piotr is so dangerous. So, but Merab, he has the ability to withstand and keep everything going throughout the entirety of a fight. So that's what gives him a chance. He has that power throughout the fight. He has the grappling abilities throughout the fight, and I don't think a lot of the guys in the top 5 have that. TJ's not going to be able to get Piotr to the ground. Cory couldn't. TJ's not. Rob Font, definitely not. Jose Aldo, maybe, but we already saw how that fight goes. But Merab, we haven't seen that. It's new, and he's just, in my opinion, the most exciting fighter to watch in the most exciting division. So yeah, I think you give Merab a fight against Cory. I mean, it seems a little bit out there. You could give Merab but that just won't be as fun as a Cory fight, because those guys, no matter where it goes, Cory and Merab, they're just gonna have an absolute showcase. No matter if that goes to the ground, the scrambles are gonna be epic. If standing on the feet, it's gonna be epic. So yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. Jose, he is so unbelievably phenomenal. The performance he put on, I thought he was going to gas out later in the fight, but he didn't, dude. He's an absolute stud. It's just really tough for any of those guys to get back to the title, especially if you already fought him. If you see, because that fight, if you put Aldo against Piotr again, it's going to go the exact same way. That's how good Piotr is. So yeah, you just have to keep throwing the new contenders at Piotr until he gets knocked off. And if there's one division to do it, where you just keep throwing absolute studs in there, it's bantamweight. And then on I think the Rafael Fiziev versus Brad Riddell, that has to be talked about. We already kind of mentioned it before, but okay, we got Joel Alvarez versus Arman Sarukian, which is an absolute mind blower, because I wanted Joel Alvarez. I made a video obviously for him to fight Bobby King Green. That didn't come into fruition. I don't know who Bobby's going to fight next.
That sucks.
But it was a quick turnaround for Joel after running through Thiago Moises and our boy.
What's Joel's last name? What's Joel's last name?
Alvarez.
Oh, Joel Alvarez.
It's this cat. I follow this great account, UFC News Alerts, and I wake up every day to a little Christmas present, because it's like a new fight every day. But yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Both of these guys are the size of welterweights. They might as well be welterweight, because Joel Alvarez, I mean, he's been weighing in like a welterweight, been missing weight every single time. But Arman, when we picked what fighters we thought could be superheroes, this guy comes to mind.
Yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barbosa, though. Shavkat Rakhmonov is back. Mahmoud Muradov. All of our favorite guys are back. All of our favorite guys are back.
Are they?
Carlton, what's his name? Carlton. Why isn't there any caption?
Yeah, why?
Man, the interface of Instagram on the Mac, on the computers, is very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. That Bryce Mitchell versus Edson Barbosa, how's that going to go? Bryce Mitchell going to take him down? I don't know.
I feel like Edson might do good on that one.
Yeah, he ran into Giga Chikadze, the freaking Georgian buzzsaw, baby. Chris Curtis.
We're getting so off track, but I love it.
No, it's great. Yeah, one thing I was thinking, Khamzat, Chris Curtis. 185. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? It seems like Chris Curtis will fight anybody. He's fought absolute buzzsaws. Phil Hawes and Brendan Allen. Those are some of the brightest contenders at middleweight. Why not just throw in Khamzat in there? He looked fantastic. Can Chris Curtis stop a double leg? We don't know. But does Chris Curtis have knockout power in his hands? Yeah. And so it'll be really interesting to see. And Chris, he's not the most imposing guy at 185. He's just jacked, but he's smaller. So Khamzat probably would be like overlooking him, and that's a perfect opportunity for Chris Curtis. Let's do it. No one else wants to fight him, Chris Curtis. Why not? You said you wanted to fight by the end of the year. I'm sure Khamzat wants to do the exact same thing. So let's freaking do it. And then as for Bryce Mitchell, I think Bryce Mitchell gets it on the ground. I think he chokes out Edson Barbosa. Bryce Mitchell via twister choke. But back on track now. We're back on track. Rafael Fiziev, winner of Joel Alvarez versus Arman Sarukian. Say no more. Say no more. You want to know why? Because there are very few guys in the UFC where you're watching on TV and you're like, wow, wouldn't want to be in there with him. And Rafael Fiziev is that guy. Arman Sarukian is that guy.
Everyone is that guy.
Huh?
We would never want to be in there with any of them.
No, yeah, I know that. But when you're watching TV, you're sometimes like, okay, this is fine. Like, I'm watching it. But when you see these guys that are unbelievably, insanely strong, it's kind of scary. Even though, here's the problem with that matchup. You had Joel Alvarez at 15, Rafael Fiziev at 14, Arman Sarukian at 13. Doesn't do much for you in terms of turning it up, you know? Why do all of those guys have to be 14, 13, and 15?
That really sucks.
Really sucks, because here's the thing here. Okay, I'm layering this up for you. Right here. Joel Alvarez, Rafael Fiziev, Arman Sarukian, better than Conor McGregor, Dan Hooker, and take Ferguson, Hooker, and Conor, slide those suckers right to the bottom. Right to the bottom. Because Arman Sarukian, Rafael Fiziev, Arman Sarukian, title contenders, dude.
Yeah.
Why is Tony Ferguson 7, Dan Hooker 8, Conor McGregor 9? Conor does not even deserve to be ranked. Let's be real
that's
here.
A little much.
I am the biggest Conor McGregor fan. If you put him up against Arman Sarukian, Arman takes Conor like this, like a Ticonderoga pencil, and absolutely cracks him in half. There's zero world where Arman Sarukian loses to Conor McGregor, Dan Hooker, or Tony Ferguson. Okay?
I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I still...
Granted, we are basing that off of Dustin Poirier. He had a trouble with Dustin Poirier, but Dustin Poirier is number 1 in the world right now. He's fighting for a title at UFC 269. So it makes sense
for him to have trouble.
But I'm sorry. I just am not seeing that these guys... I just don't see a way for these guys that Conor McGregor ever gets past them. Also, Islam Makhachev versus Beneil Dariush. That is a killer fight.
I just want you to take a look really fast at my next week.
On mid-high 80s? As I was walking through the 30-degree rain in a 49ers jacket.
Soaking wet. I'll be thinking of you. You could have gone. Could have came.
Omicron.
Still can, actually.
One word. Omicron.
Didn't exist when I bought my ticket. Just want to let you know.
Huh?
It didn't exist when I bought my ticket. Yeah, it
Variants are variating.
You're lucky. The camera's going.
That hasn't stopped you, dude. Well, I mean, what a day. What a time to be alive, honestly, as a UFC fan. There's just so many unbelievable matchups. We just ran through basically everything that I wanted to run through. Let's get to the card, though. Oh, wait. Michael Chandler equals one of my new favorite fighters.
He got Omicron, he said.
Huh?
Did you see his recent post?
Michael Chandler?
Yeah.
You follow him?
Yeah.
What?
You don't follow him?
Iron Mike got Omicron?
Yes. He said he went on vacation.
I know he was on vacation. You follow him on Insta?
Yeah. How do you not? How did you not hear about this?
Because I feel like that's not funny to like wish that on someone.
I would never wish it on anyone.
You're basically saying that.
You're
basically giving him bad juju.
No.
How could you do that to Iron Mike?
You said to me
you're doing that to Iron Mike.
You said that I'm going to get Omicron when I go to Mexico. You put that on me.
You gave Iron Mike bad juju.
No, I was just telling you.
If Omicron tried to enter Iron Mike's system, it would break.
It would literally be like... It would be like the sound of hitting steel. Like, ding.
Yeah. Tries to latch onto his cell. It's like, ding, ding. There'd be a whole new variant of COVID because it just couldn't latch on. I think he did get it, though.
COVID?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he took it internally and squeezed it and just submitted it. He just submitted it inside of him. I love that guy. When you think of his resume now.
I actually do like him a lot.
When you think of he grew on me. He did exactly what he said he was.
He literally grew on me, too.
When he comes out with his American flag against Dan Hooker, I was like,
okay.
But then he knocks out Dan, which is tough to watch. Then he comes out there, puts a hell of a performance against the champ, Charles Oliveira.
Yeah.
And then he basically did everything he said he was going to do and more against Justin Gaethje. And now he's lined up to probably fight Conor. Has to be the greatest short run ever in the UFC.
Those 3 fights, like, most insane.
Dude, when you say you're entering the UFC, not here for a long time, here for a good time, Dan Hooker, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor.
That's crazy.
And he could go 1 for 4 in those fights.
Is he really fighting Conor?
Him and Conor are going back and forth on Twitter. And I honestly, I think it's a great matchup. Neither of them lose stock if they lose. Because it's a guaranteed banger.
Yeah.
But I honestly believe... because Michael Chandler's cool in the sense that he's going to be... I'm not going to take you down. I'm just going to stand with you.
So I'm sure he would. Are they in the same weight class?
Yeah.
Damn, they should totally fight. That'd be so good.
Oh, yeah. It would be absolutely fantastic. You know what I was thinking, though? Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier. That would be such a good fight.
The fact that he's ranked higher than Conor is crazy. And higher than Tony and higher than Dan Hooker. And he's had 3 fights in the UFC is a little, like...
How's that E? He beats both of those guys.
It's just crazy.
Michael Chandler beats Conor. Michael Chandler beats
We haven't seen it.
He beat Dan Hooker.
Okay.
RDA, though, that's a tough one. Yeah. I don't know.
That's a tough one to swallow.
Rafael dos Anjos is an absolute freak of nature. I love that guy so much.
Should we get into this card? Because we're about 40 minutes into this pod already.
You see, like, a podcast is usually an hour long.
No, see, I know that. And I always say, why are you stressed about the time? It's you that likes to keep them short. Let's remember that. So I just know that this is going to be a long night of editing for you. And I'm just going to be sitting here like this.
Who said I'm editing tonight? I'll get up.
You won't edit tonight. Okay.
I'll do it. Okay, let's get into UFC 269. It's going to be an absolute flame fest.
Flamethrower.
Yeah. Where is this sucker? Speaking of flamethrower cards, though, let's be real right now and just say that Font Aldo card, pound for pound, has to be one of the best ones all year. There has not been a ton of cards where I genuinely was excited for every single matchup.
That was the last one I didn't watch with you?
I watched every single fight intently.
You said that about the Chandler one, the Michael Chandler fight too. That fight was like card of the year. Like, you can't beat that. So what do you mean? Which one's the better one?
Who's the better one? I'm going to have to go with Aldo versus Font. Because...
Really?
Okay, it's actually oddly similar. Who was the main event on that?
It was,
Dude, who was the...
Wait, who was it? Was it a girl? No.
Michael Chandler. Topology.
I don't
But why am I spacing?
Yeah, who was the main event?
Why am I spacing right now?
Oh, it was Usman. It was Usman. I just remembered that. As soon as I looked over, I was like, okay, wait, I remember it being that big, big guy.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. See?
Never mind.
I was like, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, it was Colby and Usman. And that fight was insane.
Yeah.
That whole card was crazy.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. UFC 269. We'll just highlight our cards. Highlight the fights.
Yeah, let's go through and just pick a couple.
Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly will 100% be the best one on... I'm actually going to suck that back in here. I'm just taking in the rest of the card.
That's number 2 on the whole thing.
But Randy Costa, the fight he put against Adrian Yanez and what Adrian Yanez did to a tough Davey Grant.
That's one of the guys who I would say could be a Superman.
Zohan 5'9". Zohan's 5'9".
Short King. I got nothing against a Short King. Really?
What can I say?
Use your crown. You drop this.
You drop this, king.
You drop this. That's a nod to Cody Ko.
The Zohan. I think that Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly, because Tony Kelly had a fantastic fight against Kai Kamaka. It was like fight of the night. And then he had a great fight against Ali Al-Qaisi, who I don't think is the UFC right now, but he's an absolute killer. But then Randy Costa, he just had a tough loss against Adrian Yanez. But he was beating Adrian Yanez, which is crazy. And it's so tough to do. But I think that this is like my sleeper fight. Randy Costa versus Tony Kelly.
Yeah, that'll be good.
You have to watch. And we got our boy Ryan Hall versus Derek Minner. Both guys
Ryan
coming off
the
losses.
Wizard?
Yeah, Ryan Hall. Got beat by our guy, who? That's right, say it. Ilia Topuria. And who did Derek Minner lose to? Derek Minner got submitted. Oh, Darren Elkins. The damage. Let's go. Yeah, I remember that fight, dude. That was crazy. Darren Elkins revived his career. Okay, Ryan Hall, Derek Minner. Let's do our picks really fast. I'm going Costa. I'm going Minner.
I'm going Costa, and I'm just gonna say Hall because I'm a fan.
Okay, Alex Perez or Matt Schnell? Superman. I mean,
Highway 2.
I'm gonna go Schnell via upset.
I'm gonna go with Perez.
Alex, yeah. I was really expecting more out of Alex Perez.
He looks good.
I was expecting more out of Alex Perez in his title fight, but
so you were disappointed, and that's why you're
well, yeah, it lasted 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
Freaking what's his face? I think jumped on his back and choked him out. Davison. Miranda Bauervik's gonna get that dub. Andre Muniz, Eric Anders going to go Andre, Bruno Silva, Jordan Wright. I'm going Jordan Wright via knockout.
I'm gonna go with say that again.
Jordan Wright, Bruno Silva.
I'm gonna go with Silva.
Okay. Augustus Sakai, Tai Tuivasa. I'm going Tai. He's gonna be drinking out of a shoe, dude.
I'm gonna go with Tai too.
Tai. Okay. Pedro Munoz, Dominic Cruz. Winner gets winner of this, or loser, I guess, gets Song Yadong.
Okay. So who do I think deserves Song Yadong most?
Who's gonna get? Is the winner gonna get it, or is loser gonna get it? I say winner fights Song Yadong. Why the hell not? So who's gonna be fighting Song Yadong next?
I think Dan Ige.
So we're going Munoz versus Cruz.
Were we?
Yep.
I'm going Cruz. Cruz gets him.
Tom Cruz. Okay. Cruz beats Munoz.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say Munoz wins.
Okay.
He's gonna kill him with the leg kicks.
You'll be wrong.
Okay, Josh Emmett versus Dan Ige. Dan Ige's gonna revive the Hawaiians. The Hawaiians had a rough go. Rough go. Malcolm Tola lost and Louis Smolka lost. Rough. All right. You're going Emmett though?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Emmett's coming back after his fight against Burgos.
I'm not going Emmett. I said Ige.
Yeah, Ige's a stud. Sean O'Malley, Halian Paiva. Sean O'Malley first round knockout.
I am not a Sean O'Malley fan.
Halian Paiva showed so much heart against his Kyler Phillips fight, but Sean O'Malley has more power in his hands than Kyler Phillips, and Sean O'Malley's gonna get the knockout.
He's gonna win, but I don't want him to.
Garbrandt Kaikar France.
I made a heart.
Garbrandt Kaikar France.
Kaikar France.
How does this look like a heart? Literally, I'm not seeing it.
It's look at my
Car
fingers.
France versus Garbrandt. Who are you going with?
Look.
Yeah.
That's a heart.
Car France versus Garbrandt.
I said France.
All right. I'm going Cody. JK. I'm going Kai. Don't blink. Jeff Neal, Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Neal.
Okay. Jeff Neal, Ponzinibbio. After you get that dub, call out Hamzat.
Chimaev.
Yep. Amanda Nunes, Juliana Pena. Amanda Nunes, not even go through that one. Okay. Now, main event. The one thing that this matters. This matters. Oh, dude, Masvidal versus Edwards is going to be on that.
This is going to be a good fight.
It is. I honestly don't know who's going to win.
I don't know.
I want to say Poirier because that's what everybody thinks, but I honestly think Charles Oliveira is going to bring more to the table.
Yeah, I want him to win, but I think that after like Dustin Poirier's last few performances, I feel like I could see him winning again just because he's been doing so well.
I mean, he's kind of
he's like number one, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's fought Conor.
I don't think you realize the intensity Conor has. You're not giving enough credit to either man.
Here's the thing.
I don't want to hear it.
Does Charles have the chin to take a Poirier shot?
I know. Yeah, because he's a little, I think, on the weaker side, like taking shots. But he also has a tough arm.
What?
Like he can hit hard. Right?
He's got a tough arm?
Like, how do you say that?
He's got iron.
Knockout power.
He's got rocks in his fist.
He's got knockout power.
He throws heat.
He throws heat-seeking missiles.
He throws pinpoint accurate hooks.
Put in a parentheses.
Heat seekers, dude.
Heat seekers.
Okay. I'm going Charles Oliveira via second round submission. After
submission?
No, I'm going to go third round. Third round. I've got a tough arm right here. Tough arm.
Ow!
I'm going to go fourth round submission via Charles Oliveira. Rear naked choke.
Okay.
No. Guillotine. Guillotine.
I'm going to go with Kimura.
Who? Charles is gonna Kimura Poirier? What's a Kimura?
It's the one with the legs and arms on the ground.
It's like the chicken wing one.
Yeah, where they break their arm back.
Let's do it. That's how it's gonna happen. A Kimura by Charles Oliveira.
Watch it be Kimura. Dana White. Will I get $1 million? Will I get $1 million?
Speaking of Dana White, I made a freaking for my final project. This is the last thing before we sign the heck off. Get out from behind these mics. But I made a prototype for an app called UFC Future Fights.
Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah, I sent it to Dana, DM'd him on Instagram, and he's gonna respond and be like, "Wow, dude, that's awesome. Come see UFC 269 this weekend."
Yeah, he's gonna respond and be like, "I'm hooking you up with tickets. You gotta manifest that."
Yeah,
he's gonna hook us up with tickets. He's gonna be like, "I see you and your girl doing your thing."
He doesn't talk like that, but. All right, let's sign out of
doesn't.
here before we hit 50 minutes, boys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Gonna get the clips out, Thank you so much for liking and subscribing on our highlights page. Wouldn't mind it if you did it on our normal page too, but I get it. The videos are super long. But yeah, subscribe on basically anywhere you get your podcasts. Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much. And
we will be back in business. Sorry, we've been slacking.
Yeah. All right. Later.
That's our New Year's goal.
Later, boys and girls.
Peace.